Alright, it is time for another mod. So today we're going to be playing Funkzone. This is a mod we have already played in the past, but it turns out that the copy of the mod we had was apparently a little bit out of date by a couple months. And so I figured we'd come back and play it again. There are some interesting changes specifically to Maya, and especially her Gen 2 legendary class mods that look super interesting to me. And there are a bunch of replacement weapons that exist in this mod that just kind of look neat. And so that's kind of why I want to play it again. We're going to once again start off by reading our skill tree like we do in every single playthrough. We've got phase lock. It just does phase lock stuff, which I can appreciate. We're going to start over here in right tree and work over to left tree this time instead of going left to right, because our left tree is our most intricate, so I want to save that one for last. Here we have foresight, does foresight stuff. Here we have flicker. It does flicker stuff, but we deal more status effect damage, like more than it normally would. We've got Immolate, which does Immolate. We've got Helios, which does Helios. We've got Backdraft, that does Backdraft. We have Indiscriminate, which is like Chain Reaction, except for you get passive Ricochet chance and a passive buff to the Ricochet damage dealt, and then an active Ricochet chance and damage dealt that gets put on top of that while you have an enemy phase locked. A lot of her phase lock reliant skills now have a passive variant, like Rec over here does the same thing. So pretty much just chain reaction, but it can also half work whenever you don't have phase lock up. Cloud Kill seems to just be Cloud Kill. Reaper is Reaper. Our Blight Phoenix is replaced with I'm Not Done. While your phase lock is on cooldown, deal bonus explosive damage to enemies you hit. The damage is based on the damage of the hit and the level of I'm Not Done. So, basically, if I'm understanding this correctly, while we're on cooldown, if we did like 100 damage to an enemy, this would add up to like 50 more damage on top of that. Which means that if we do any really big hits, like, I don't know, Immolate potentially while we're in Fight for Your Life, big damage. There's a couple other things that I'm looking at too that will be really, really good, but I'm Not Done looks really cool and really interesting. We've also got Ruin, which kind of just does Ruin stuff, so normal old capstone there. For our blue tree, we've got Mind's Eye. It increases crit and weapon swap speed instead of melee. Finally, we have weapon swap speed on Maya. That feels really good. Sweet Release does Sweet Release stuff. Wreck is Wreck, but it also gives you half of the benefit while phase lock is not active, and then it gives the full benefit while it is active, so that's cool. Restoration does Restoration. Elated does Elated. Res does Res, which is weird because this mod doesn't work in co-op. I'm sure they'll probably replace that in the future. Recompense does Recompense. Sustenance now provides slightly more health regen, and also gives us status effect damage resistance. So whenever we take a dot, if we have this skill spec, which I probably will, it will just deal less damage to us. We've got Life Tap that does Life Tap. We've got Bulbert, which is literally just Scorn. I don't know what that description says, but it says something. And finally, our green tree. We have a passive skill that is just a constant thing with the skill tree. It is called Phase Pulse. Investing in this tree activates Phase Pulse. Killing an enemy grants a stack of it, which boosts your movement speed but decreases your weapon spread for 20 seconds. It provides 15% movement speed per stack and reduces accuracy by 10% per stack. We get Ward, which improves shield capacity and shield recharge delay, and it also increases our max health based on phase pulse stacks. We've got Accelerate, which gives us gun damage and bullet speed and reduces enemy bullet speed. So basically, get a kill, enemies shoot slower projectile speed, get more kills, slower projectile speed more. Hopefully, eventually, they just shoot like just tiny little slowly moving projectiles, which I think would be really funny to look at. We've got Suspension here, which also increases skill damage dealt to enemies based on pulse stacks. So, like, does it buff other skills? Is that what I'm understanding? Probably. Okay, Converge does skill damage, so I guess it buffs Converge's damage? Maybe the other ones too. I don't know. We'll have to find out how that feels. Kinetic Reflection, kill skill. After killing an enemy, you gain the ability to deflect enemy bullets, sending them flying towards nearby enemies. You take reduced damage from deflected bullets. Kinetic Reflection only works with the bullets. This effect lasts for a short time. Okay, so pretty much normal kinetic reflection, but the deflected damage is increased based on the amount of pulse stacks that we have. So we could get really tanky and then just deal a lot of reflect damage to enemies all the time. That's kind of fun. Inertia seems to give inertia. Converge does converge stuff, but it also ticks for a flat number of damage, which is buffed by suspension. Maybe other sources as well, we don't know yet. So we could go on a short cooldown build, maybe subsequence or something like that could be kind of fun. We have Fleet that gives Fleet. We have Quicken that gives phase lock cooldown and also more cooldown per stack of phase pulse. Wait, per shift stack. Surely it just means, you know, the thing, the phase pulse. Dexterous Dame, while phase lock is cooling down or inactive, gain weapon damage based on your current movement speed. So just moving faster equals deal more damage. That's interesting. Subsequence does subsequent stuff, but it looks like it's a 1-point skill because it just says it gives duration and also makes the cooldown longer. So that's interesting. I hope that that's a thing. And then after that, we have Thought Lock, which seems to do Thought Lock stuff, but also increases Converge's damage. And then also increases phase pulse stack duration by an extra 20 seconds, meaning that each stack lasts for 40. Gross, okay. And then finally, Tempestad. Sacrifice is a virtue in the path to power. Phase lock duration is halved and weapon damage reduced, but reload speed increased. In addition, pulse stacks multiply your damage but reduce your max health. Okay, so minus 20% weapon damage, plus 30% reload speed, extra 3% damage per pulse stack, reduce max health by 6% per pulse stack though. So we could just spec both of these and just have our phase lock duration, which, like, I don't know if I want to do that, but I kind of want to do that. We'll see. We'll see what we do. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to keep in mind. We also are pushing specifically for our legendary class mods. A lot of them are very unique in Funkzone, so a lot of the builds will be based around them. Until then, I think we'll just build out some left tree. I would like to get Cloud Kill, of course, too, though. But I think the movement speed would be really cool. And then if we just spec Accelerate, we can slow enemy bullets by so much that, like, we won't even need Ward. And then maybe we'll go Suspension? I don't know. Because we could go Ward and then Kinetic. Maybe we'll just do Ward and then Kinetic, because that'll be a better synergy than whatever we're going to do early game. And then we can get Inertia, Converge, we can get Quicken. All the normal stuff, pretty much. Okay. We'll see. I just noticed we do have better air control. This mod also does improve rocket jumping. Improve by probably giving more knockback. So we'll be absolutely moving at some point, I have to imagine. Which also means that the whole movement speed equals damage thing could probably be pretty good with a rocket jumping build. We'll see what we get up to on that. Alright, interesting note for future DigiPeak runs. It looks like the enemies pretty much spawn in a lot faster. They don't immediately move, but they do like finish their spawn animation and start moving sooner. That air control helped out so much. That was really cool. Okay. Oh, now I really want to get Mind's Eye too. It's like whenever I play Zero, I really want to grab Fast Hands. Or whenever I play Axton, I really want to grab Expertise. I really just want to grab Mind's Eye so that I have that convenience early. But I know I really want to get Cloud Kill because it's Cloud Kill. It's just insanely high damage on Maya super early game. Alright. Level 11. I think we'll go ahead and push forward. I do want to do Assassins today in case they have a bunch of unique loot, because a lot of the loot is either changed to be completely new items, buffed versions of their normal selves, and like 1 or 2 nerfs to the really OP items. But that's about it, as far as I'm aware. So I'm very interested. So 1 point over here to actually, you know what? If we're only doing a 1 point, we'll go 1 point accelerate to slow projectiles, and then we'll max out Mind's Eye for the swap early. Go to Fight for Sanctuary, get some items from the vendor real quick. Yes. Just immediately yes. Yeah, our loot is very nice from these vendors. Morty Bullium. I have... Wait, do they not resist based off level? Wait. I deal damage? Wait. Come here. I can chip them. That feels wrong. I guess that means that enemy DR based off level is severely reduced. Which also means OP levels are probably easier? Hold on. Let me enable this, because this is a thing. So, the Funk Zone. The vanilla BA rank system has been replaced with Funk. While Funk is active, you and your enemies are buffed. You are made faster, but your enemies are made tougher. So I get extra fire rate, reload, and movement speed, but they also get more movement speed and more health. Oh, well, this just stays on. Okay. Well, yeah, that's worth the trade-off. Now, this does mean that our bosses and raid bosses will be 40% more tanky as well, so it's not just an improvement. I know that the early mobs are just going to get one shot like they normally do, because you just have that much damage early, especially if you overlevel. But the raid bosses are actually just going to be beefier because of it. And throw, and grab, and wow, he is dead. Crazy. I don't feel like I'm going a lot faster. Okay, so I just sped up game time to remove any stacks we might have potentially had of the killing gives movement. And nothing happened. So I don't know if we're getting the stacks properly. Maybe I need to spec Ward instead. Or maybe I need to full spec this. I don't know. Let's see. Now I have movement speed. Okay, does it have to be maxed out, or is it just somewhere in between? Let's see, 2 points? Nothing. 3 points. It has to be a 5 out of 5 in a skill to get the movement speed. Okay. You know, I respect that. Instead of just putting a single point into it and being able to abuse it, you have to full spec at least one skill in the tree to get the movement. That's fair. Those movement speed stacks are going to get crazy whenever we finish the skill tree and get a 40-second timer on each of them. I think this is the essence of Funkzone, though. Just being at capacity at all times. Just absolutely moving. That's so gross. We're like 2/3 of a car right now. Boom, boom. Oh, you're kind of... you know what? Meteor. Non-issue. Instead of doing the skip, I'm running through the area because I think it's faster. That's a sign of a good mod. No, it's not. It's just a sign that I like to run fast. Alright, Flint. I'm gonna go ahead and just kinda... sort of do this to him. Is Tinderbox different? I don't remember if they changed it in this mod. That projectile seems fast. Beyond that, we can't really tell. It feels so nice to be able to move. Coming off of the pre-sequel with really nice vertical mobility and like air maneuverability, coming into this with movement speed is a very nice transition. Alright, go ahead and grab Firehawk quest, but realistically I'm just gonna go do Assassins. Also, apparently the Herald has been nerfed. And this dude is here right now. Savagely Equalizer Drop Source. Interesting. I hope they're all named like that. Now I want to farm a Herald. Okay, we actually got it? So, wait, did we just replace the Herald with the Equalizer? That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Does it still provide ammo regen? It does. Good Equalizer. Movement speed, land, go. That's not bad. And that's definitely a unique. Ooh, and it dropped. Cool. Alright, so what do you do? Damage scales with money. Alright. So I have $1,043 right now. It must just be a percentile scale. But still, cool. Interesting idea. Okay, he dropped just a plain old blue shotgun. Alright, we'll have to come back. I'm so fast. Fast man needs more grenades. Hold on. There we go. I know it's a very limited where we'll be able to move like that, but that's so ridiculous feeling. Also, no drop. We'll have to come back. Please drop. No drop. Okay, so we're farming 3 of them. No problem. Okay, we got a drop. The dog. The Emperor is replaced with the Imperialist, and it's an E-Tech. Is that what makes it unique? That damage is high. That damage is really high. Interesting. Is that our drop? The Gambler. Bet on the long shot. Okay. Is this gun that just RNG does more or less damage? Let's see. I'm just gonna go for body shots. 118, 129, 110, 258. Okay. So that can be pretty good. I'll keep that on. You think it does more damage the further away the target is? That's probably correct. Let's find out. 387. I don't know. Probably. Here, let me hug a guy and shoot him. Yeah, that seems to be a correct hypothesis. Okay. Yeah, that's probably what this is. Interesting. Okay. We could stay here and get the Fremington's Edge, but I feel like we really don't need to. We've got a lot of nice stuff already, and by a lot I mean these three. So we'll probably abuse these into our Frostburn. Right, we've got our Lesko. I gotta see. Kinda just does Lesko stuff. I'm really tempted to just use the Imperialist because it is the more unique weapon here. Even though it is just an E-Tech SMG as far as I can tell. But that is still nice. We'll hold on to it. And absolutely abuse this movement speed. Oh my goodness. That's so much damage. It looks like it's still RNG and not distance, but I really can't tell. Okay, the Maria. Time to cash out. Just a nice quick little 2-round burster. That's kind of nice. Okay. Oh, wow. I don't think... I'm gonna have to hop out of the car to deal damage. Oh, okay. You're built different. Okay. I don't know if these cars scale right. We found a new raid boss, and we have to kill 5 of them. One down. Oh no, it's Badmaw. Weaker than a car though, right? Yeah. Oh, I think that Badmaw has a drop. Do you drop the Octo, or is this a world drop? Wait. It might be a world drop. That feels like a really weird world drop though. But I'm totally down. What is that? Wait. Just throw... Yeah. Just overwhelm them with Tediors. Okay. That's interesting. Alright, Warden, how are you gonna feel with this? Honestly, for it being like 40% more tanky, not that bad. Not bad at all. The goblins in this mod. I forgot about this thing. It's like a baby ogre. Okay. Goblin from the vendor? Kind of pretty good. Alright. I may or may not have respect into Cloud Kill for Wilhelm fight. Just real quick. Honestly, not ticking as hard as I thought it would. Kind of wondering if it's nerfed, or if it's just the fact that Wilhelm is just simply this thick. Either way, the work is done. I do kind of want a Logan's gun. It is different in this mod. I remember that. So we might farm for a little bit. Hey, they finally dropped. Why is it corrosive? I'm down. Can it random roll, probably? Either way, we have a ray gun. It's a railer, but as a Logan's gun. Because why not? DPS. Funny ray gun. And XP relic? Yeah, it's still the XP relic. Alright, cool. Okay. Is that just a normal... Yep, just a normal old Lyuda. Okay, we can still check the Varrock. There it is. Yep, that's a Varrock. And I am dead. Cool. Clan Wars time. 1 health. Okay. Still Clan Wars time. Boop. And... I'm not farming for a pot of gold. Even if it does something unique in this mod. Do not need it. Alright. Casual Rustler Strike Petra. Yeah. It's pretty snappy for some reason. Cool. Alright. So the Veritas should have stopped at 1. Doesn't say anything about a set bonus. But the Akedis still says it's set bonus. Okay, so I'm really curious about it. Oh, but the Absorb Shield is so reliable. I'm just gonna get the gun. The gun could be different. Do you do anything? Why does it? I'm sorry. Does it just... Are those projectiles? Yes, you just can't see them if they perfectly line up with your vision? Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Alright. I was gonna try to go ahead and pick him up while I tagged him. But... It's farming time. Oh, right. It's the Cyber Eagle in this. Minus 1.2 spread. Oh, so instead of accuracy, we just have spread as a stat. I have not been reading these at all. Okay. So, yeah, it's just Cyber Eagle stuff. Cool. Oh, and immediate Slaga? That's bright. Yeah. Okay. Immediate Slaga. Oh, and the damage is actually good on it. Wait. And with our movement speed... Okay. Well, there we go. That's a lot of shotguns. But yeah, there we go. Go ahead and turn in quest. I'd have to imagine the Julane and the Landscaper are unchanged. That fire rate seems rather high. But yeah, I'm purple. Okay. So, there we go. We've got everything pretty much that you would normally get. Fortunately, though, I am out of time. This has been a pretty good day 1. We are absolutely moving. You just need a 5 out of 5 skill over here to get Phase Pulse to trigger. I'm going to max out Rec because we have the stuff for it already. We have a blue comm, so might as well. and then I'll work towards Cloud Kill. I might grab it right before Warrior, but like this is very, very nice. We could get a different shield, but overall very good. Day 1.